Yeah, Namaste, Brennan. Welcome to PANI Deals. So, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great, man. Doing great. It's a lovely Wednesday. Thanksgiving's tomorrow. Gonna eat myself into a food coma. So, things are going great.
Yeah. It's been so good so far. And let me introduce you to my audience. Namaste, all. This is Brennan from GoCharlie. Maybe you have heard the name. Yeah, that is AI content generator, not just about the text, but a rich media like images and a lot of tools inside GoCharlie. So he's the co-founder and COO. Yeah, over to you, Brennan.
Great to be here, guys. I know it's a weird time for some people on the call, so I appreciate you spending my morning with me. This is going to get me more amped up than any caffeine can do.
Yeah, so uh, actually, yeah, a few people turned up already.
Yeah, awesome. I know we're right at the hour, so people will probably be rolling in.
Yes. Yeah, I think I some of us already we have seen your presentation on other webinars and live streams in the LTD family. And yes, before we get into this product, so how are you entered into this LTD thing? Like how you came to know about this?
Yeah, so the lifetime deal community, to be honest, is something I didn't really know too much about before GoCharlie. So um, a bit of background on me. I was at SoftBank and Uber before this, but I was a finance guy. So I wasn't really dealing with consumer SaaS products other than Uber, and Uber obviously never did a lifetime deal, which if it did, I think it would kill, but it'd be super expensive. So for me, I actually found out about this when we launched our very, very first product back in May 2022. And let me tell you, that product was not so great. Basically, it had the GEAR acronym, so generate, enhance, analyze, and respond, which I thought was fairly unique. That's why you see the gears when you load the screen. That's actually our initial logo. We were called Gaudium.ai back then, which is Latin for joy. So a little pop quiz for you guys. That was our original name. And then we moved to GoCharlie.ai because that's the name of our CEO's dog. And around that time, we found out about AppSumo. And so we're first-time founders. I don't have a network of marketers. I had a network of finance people. Kostas and Despina did AI PhDs, so they didn't have a network of marketers to sell to. And our CTO was an AWS guy. So I found AppSumo and these other lifetime deal platforms as a way to get the word out there about your product, get a lot of feedback, get some initial users in the door, and just kind of see where things go. And we got a lot of great feedback, mostly in the form of not getting feedback, where it was like, okay, this clearly isn't enough for people to want to buy it. Let's go back to the drawing board and completely revamp the product. So we spent all of August rebuilding the product from scratch. We got rid of a lot of the features that weren't really used in our initial product. We added long form writing, we added images, and that's really what brought us back to these lifetime deal communities. Is I didn't really know these existed. I knew that AppSumo existed, but I didn't know that there was communities below it that were thriving, that were sharing these tools. And so the moment that I got into these communities, I was like, these guys are awesome. And so I wanted to do my homework though. So I met the leaders of many of these groups, and I just said, look, this is the new product that we're launching. I think that we have a stellar team. Really what we're missing is revenue traction. But I'm not going to have you sell a product that you don't think is up to snuff. And so I gave them the product. They tested it out. And a lot of them are really excited about some of the unique features we had, especially the content repurposing feature. I think that one's amazing. If you guys haven't tried it out, that's my favorite feature. And they loved the product. They gave me some really great feedback. And then I was like, okay. And then after that, we stood up our affiliate program. It's really awesome to see customers become affiliates, and then they spread the word about the product. But that's a long-winded answer to say I just kind of stumbled upon it as we were looking for ways to get the word out there. And to be honest, the lifetime community, while you guys are constructive and difficult at times, like, you guys are awesome. The energy you guys have, the looking for deals, the excitement that's brought through, the just the rapid feedback that you guys provide, and the desire you have to see people succeed, I think has been super infectious for me. And that's one of the reasons I'm not so well slept right now. I'm up at like 2, 3 a.m. answering people's questions. And I'm like, this is awesome. Like, this is the level of excitement. This is why I got into this business. So you guys rock is basically what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, thanks to you actually. It's what I say is like this kind of mirror. It's not one-way traffic. It depends upon the founder who is receiving at the side. So as long as we are getting some uh, quick response and positive response, yeah, we will gel into actually. Yes, we are family. You are welcome to LTD family. So
Well, thank you.
another quick question on this. It's like, have you bought any LTDs before? Lifetime deals before? I
Yeah,
think your video is stuck. Sorry,
sorry.
sorry. Your video is stuck in my screen. I'm not sure about the audience. Let me check.
Do a little dance. Am I dancing? Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me close the button.
Yeah. Now fine. I think yeah.
Okay.
With the
Cool,
issue
cool.
of streaming. So have you
Okay.
bought any LTD before?
Yeah, so I've actually bought a number of our competitors' deals, and
Okay.
then I've actually bought quite a few deals on some of the more operational stuff. So, as you guys may know, our team is very technical, and so like I'm the only one that doesn't know how to code of our entire group, and so I do all the operations as well as the sales as well as the
Okay.
fundraising. So
And
I'm looking
product.
for any way to automate. Yeah, and so for me, I I look for lifetime deals to help me automate a lot of the back end. So the financials, the tracking of different user accounts, the affiliate programs, all of that sort of stuff. Actually, look for lifetime deals there, and that's part of our value set at GoCharlie as well. Is if we're going to be an AI first company, we're going to make sure AI is in everything we do. And so that's why I think a team of our size has been able to be so successful, because we are constantly looking for ways that AI can do a lot of the things that allow us to focus on the real fun, which is talking with you guys, selling the product, raising funds. Those are the fun parts. The not so fun parts of my previous life, I technically still am a CPA. And so I didn't want to do the accounting for too long. And so we've
Okay.
set up really great ways to automate a lot of the bookkeeping, which is awesome. Still there?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So let's dive into this. We are already getting some questions also like this.
Yeah.
So let's. Can you show us the quick demo of the new features actually? Because a lot of us
Yeah.
have tested that, and some features actually we don't know how to use them also at least. So
Yeah.
like how to
Yeah.
use
And
them best.
yeah, that's type of mind for me as well. I know I owe you guys some tutorial content around some of the new features. We're launching things so fast that it's like, okay, this is great. How do we use it? And we're kind of assuming that people know how to use it because the AI writers have been around for a little bit now. But yeah, let's just jump right into it. Cool. I'll do
Yes.
this. Share screen. Boom. Now we have the infinity screen. Can you guys see my screen now?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. So let's talk a little bit about Charlie's Playpen then. So Charlie's Playpen is meant to be the first iteration of having a rich text editor that has AI functionality available within it. So that means that you can use write more, you can use rewrite. The summarizer that we just released, you'll be able to do all of that in one place. Eventually, I see this evolving into a multimodal command system where you could say that you wanted to create a Facebook ad or Facebook marketing campaign, and you just type create Facebook marketing campaign, and Charlie would do the whole thing with visuals, text, all of that. You could effectively get into campaign automation using generative AI and some of the presets So really, before I even get into the playpen, I think one thing that I would encourage is that as you guys log into the platform for the first time after yesterday's updates, you'll see a bunch of questions. And I know I hate answering these question sets. It's not so fun for me either. But I promise you that this is setting us up for some really, really amazing product experiences in the future that allows you to customize Charlie to your brand, to an individual client, to your own content library if you're an enterprise. And some of the information you provide to us about yourself, we're planning to send out some gifts to the earliest bettors on Charlie. And so really, that's the only reason I asked for the address. I have no desire in knowing where you guys live, other than if I'm in a city, I would love to have customers like come meet me for a beer or a drink and talk to them. I think that's the most fun part of this business. But you guys can fill it out as much as you want, but that's the reasoning for the new onboarding. But the playpen itself is super, super basic. So one of the projects I'm working on right now is I'm trying to build a venture studio focused on artificial intelligence in Bloomington, Indiana, right? So I just type that idea and go up here and I can click write more and it'll go ahead and do it. So it'll write more sentences based upon what I have selected. And so you can kind of keep doing this for days and days and days, and it'll keep writing more and more and more. Now, I will recognize that one of the bugs that I've seen is that sometimes write more just ends up writing updating that. This is just the first cut. There's another push that's going to come out in the next couple of weeks. But that's the basic way to use write more. Now, let's say that I've created this paragraph and I want the tone to change. So right now I'm in smart. Maybe I want to go formal voice, but let's go into CEO because I want to be a badass. So I select all the text, click enhance, and what's happening in the background here is Charlie's rewriting this in a new tone. And we'll come back to us in a few seconds with a whole new way of writing what you've wrote. He also will make it more concise based upon which sort of tone filter you use. You can add fluff, you can remove fluff. So what I like to do is if I need a little bit more discussion, I click add fluff and I go here, select the text, boom, click enhance, and it'll go ahead and do it for me. Also important, you just have all your normal blog writing capabilities. So any of the new or text editing features you would expect in a rich text editor, your header formatting, your text formatting, bold, italic, underline, all that fun jazz, all available within here. But this is just a way for you to have kind of a scratch pad to play with ideas and generate paragraphs without necessarily having to have the context of a specific type of content that you're creating. So we feel that this gives you more of a free form text editor that you can use for your own benefit. Now, most of you have already seen content repurposing, but I'm just going to show you an example here because I think this is just really cool and I love this feature. So we are learning a lot from Y Combinator's Vault. So one of the things that we're doing is taking these videos and we're just using Charlie to summarize what are the main points. So my audience would be startup founders. I've taken this video about understanding equity. So the different equity and cap table parts of running a business. And then I let Charlie go fetch a blog outline. It'll come here in a second. Usually when the platform's super busy, takes a little bit for the blog outline to come up, but should come up here in just a second. Maybe. So here we are. It'll come up and we now have these this blog outline that really outlines the points that are within the talk. But the real fun is that you can then just take this, go straight into a blog, and Charlie will write a blog for you right from there. Now, obviously, you can make edits in those intermittent steps. I recommend going through and making sure that it actually reflects what you want to do. So what I think best practices are is taking the video, using the blog or using YouTube to blog to create an outline, and then sprinkling in your own points that you'd like to make or your own reflections upon the content of that, and then writing the blog from there. In that blog wizard step that we just went through, you can edit the title, you can edit some of the talking points. So again, I would encourage a collaboration rather than just letting Charlie write the whole thing. because if you make the edits in the blog outline step, then you can then the blog will already consider your edits. It's a lot easier to edit the outline than it is to edit a blog in general. So that would be my recommendation for you guys. Now, we are working on a couple new features where we're going to be able to write long form articles and essays and even short books. We don't have a timetable quite yet on that, but that's going to be closer to the 5,000 to 10,000 to 20,000 range in terms of number of words. And I'm pretty excited about where that's going to take us. But right now, we're focusing mostly on blog. Now, real quick, just so everybody on the call knows how content repurpose is going to evolve. So the way the platform will work eventually, there's going to be two ways of approaching. One, you have a bunch of ideas about your business and you need to create content. The other track is going to be you have a bunch of content already and you want to repurpose it and use Charlie to optimize it. And so content repurposing will be a very large part of that, because eventually what you're going to be able to do is have any input. So an audio file, a video file, a long form piece of text, a book, an idea, anything that you can imagine as an input, and your outputs would be able to be anything else that we can create on the platform, or any of the other things that you put in as an input. So content repurposing, I think, will be the evolution of our platform and really puts the AI in the position of being an optimizer as well as a content creator. And that allows you to save a massive amount of time when you're going from one big piece of content to a campaign, or maybe one image and you want to make an edit to that image and create a new image. We have all those capabilities in the works. They're coming down the pipeline. But content repurposing, I can almost guarantee you, will be one of the star features of our platform going forward. Now, a couple other features that we released recently. So let's do this recent thought piece that we did. So we recently did a piece about content customization, and we talked about it being a cake. So I'm sorry that you guys had to deal with it being about a cake. You know, I'm a big cake eater myself, and it made me really hungry, and I ate cake afterwards. So if you're on a diet, don't read that. But what the summarize tool is able to do is you can go up to nearly 5,000 characters and do that in a flash. So what you can do here is type, like, what type of content are you putting in here? Is it an executive summary? Is it study notes? Is it a long summary that you want? Like, what type of summary do you want this to have coming out of the back end? And then readability. So this is the different tones. So normal would be, your basic stuff that you would use for ad copy. Simple would be even simpler than that. Expert would be more technical language. So that's more for your academics of the world, where you might be taking a longer form academic paper and summarizing it in a way that you could use as like a social media lead. So here we've, let's do expert. Why not? Let's have some fun with this. So content to summarize, we took the first paragraph of what we wrote in this article and we click fetch. And Charlie comes back with a paragraph that talks about what the text is saying and has an expert level of language that it's using. So let's maybe do an executive summary as the type of simplification. We'll go to normal. And so Charlie's doing the same thing here, running a summary, what we did. So very, very short form, executive summary. So 1-2 lines. And then maybe let's go study notes and see what that comes up with. And there you go. So study notes, you have a couple different notes all in one, 3 separate pieces of notes. But that's how you can see the summarizer being super beneficial. Now, if I'm starting to think through how the workflows will evolve, you'll eventually be able to summarize a long piece of content and then feed that into the blog wizard. And that blog wizard will then be able to write a blog based upon what's been summarized here. So I think that's where you're going to see the platform evolving in the next month, 2 months, 6 months, 12 months, is the features will start to talk to one another in a super meaningful way. Other platforms are tackling this as workflows, but I think workflows is actually kind of a terrible way to think about it. Reason being is because you're not really introducing anything new. You're just introducing a way to link between types of content. We see workflows as kind of being archaic and a disservice to the artificial intelligence technology. What workflows should be is that you give an AI an idea and it can create content across a bunch of different mediums and types of content all at once. Why would I make you go through the workflow of creating each one of those things individually when I could create it all as a programmatic campaign? So Copy.ai and Jasper are really great. I love their workflow idea, but I think it's a disservice to the underlying technology, and it's kind of a testament to them not being AI scientists. They don't know how to build the AI, so instead they're using someone else's product that doesn't allow for that malleability. So
Yeah,
I'm not here to trash other products, but that's where you're going to see us going.
yeah.
So
Actually, yeah.
that's new
Copy
features.
A launched workflows right recently, and yes, actually, I
Yeah.
have the same. Maybe I don't know whether it is thought, idea, or dream. Yesterday night, actually, I was thinking about this webinar. Then I thought, like, why not create content with a voice command, just like we are
Mm-hmm.
giving the headline
Mm-hmm.
and keywords here. So because we are adapting the voice commands and Internet of Things even at home and office also. Like we can command Siri, we can command Google Echo, Amazon Echo, Alexa. So why not? Can we? I think it is possible with the API right now. Like we can, if we can use some IFTTT and Pabli or something like that, and if we can connect to GoCharlie or something with through API. So if I issue some voice commands, like uh, I'm watching some ad on the TV right now and I liked it. I want to create similar ad to my product. So normally I have to come to desk and write down the notes or record something or video something I need to do, and then yes, a lot of stuff, manual work. So
Yeah.
if I can just pick up from there and I will give voice command, and the AI system will generate audio, video, text, blog post, and it makes to marketing videos, reels even.
Yeah.
It's like yes, I just sat there and watching a song of 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Then yeah, by the time I come back to desk, the what's content is ready.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and yes, actually particularly with GoCharlie, I had this thought and idea yesterday. I thought to try it, and the another one is what I love about GoCharlie is usually when we generate the content like with one click blog and all, there we have
Mm-hmm.
issues, but we'll talk about that later. But what I like is like there you are giving option to generate the image for that particular content, piece of content. I felt that is amazing because for outline, subheadings, otherwise some paragraphs, if you want to insert some media for uh, relevant to that uh, for content reading purpose and psychology and all, it's
Yeah.
actually I need to move away and generate the image, otherwise pick up some image from Pixabay, free pick somewhere and splash, and then put it here, relevant one.
Yeah.
So here actually I can see that uh, time saver here. I can generate that AI image directly here with the given output from the.
Yeah.
So that I like so far. And yes, actually I have seen it again, and then yes, a lot of things changed in the dashboard. Yeah, you have shown us some new features. So yeah, actually, I'm pretty impressed with the GoCharlie as of now. Yes, and we have these issues. Like when I use that one-click blog, uh, some content is being repetitive, and some is like not to the point, but it's like how we used to write our engineering exams. It's
Yeah.
like yeah, the content is getting repetitive. So that's what I
Yeah.
have seen.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the pieces of comments that I've gotten. It's interesting because there on the one side there's these people that come back to us and they're raving about the one-click blog capabilities, and they think it's amazing. And then there's this other side that is like, well, this is only good enough quality content for the Onion, and I'm like, okay, so there's like this difference in perspective, and so when I hear difference in feedback and perspective, I always try to learn more, right? And for
Yes.
me, that usually means I have to look for a pattern. And so the pattern that I've seen so far in terms of commentary about one click blog is twofold. One is the H3 headers. You guys want those? I think we have a plan to make H3 headers part of it. That's one of the reasons that we did the playpen, so that you could copy a blog into there and add H3 headers yourselves and play around, expand, contract, use the rewrite capabilities. The playpen is now going to be that editing functionality. And then the second piece is the repetitiveness. And so that one is, I'll clue you guys in a little bit on how that works with, and hopefully this isn't too technical, but just so you guys know. So writing
Yeah.
1,500 to 2,000 words at once is difficult. And if you do it all in a linear process, so meaning you write line by line by line by line by line, that takes 2 to 3 minutes at the quality level that we've programmed. So what we came up with was a proprietary way to do it that's called multi-threading. So what multi-threading does is it treats each sentence as its own job. And so the next job can all start at once, but then at the end of that line, it goes and considers the context of what's before it. And so sometimes that's really perfect, but other times you just have jobs finishing before other jobs. So it might be a little bit repetitive. So what we did
Okay.
was we introduced multi-threading as a way to go from 3 minutes to 30 seconds. And we're only getting faster there. And so right now we're focusing on speed and quality at the same time, which is a super hard thing to balance. But I think that we're getting better, and we have ideas on how we can improve the multi-threading so it considers context in an even broader range throughout the article. But I think right now for a 2,000-word blog, we're actually pretty coherent. If we're maybe repeating one or two sentences in terms of meaning, I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is if it looks like robot salad, and I think we've solved that problem. So if you see
Yes,
robot
yes.
salad, let me know. Yeah.
Yeah, and anyway, actually we think AI as output, but my perspective is like after trying a lot of tools, the key point is here input, like how you are going the prompt or command to the AI tool. If you can train in your way, yeah, you are going to get some much better output with any tool actually. And yes, the main thing is like what you said just now, like multi-threading, workflow, automation within a single tool. These are the things which are very interesting. Other than that,
Yeah.
yes, some people like some tools, some people take some feature, some people feel that that is lazy part, just like one click bug. A lot of people think, yeah, that is
Mhm.
lazy thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I assume that day by day you're going to make us very very much lazy day by day, especially
Yeah.
the content marketing part. As
I
I said,
hope
like
not.
I had that too. No,
I
I
hope
think
not. I
so.
hope it just changes. I think it just changes the job, right? And this gets into like your theory of where do you think if if these AI companies are successful, where does the world go? And I think where the world goes is everyone it moves into a more strategic person facing role. So a lot of the content will be taken care of by the AI, but someone will still have to give it a strategy. I kind of view it as an orchestra or a painter or a writer. It's the writer is only as good as the direction that's given by the artist, right? The
Yes,
image is only as good as the direction and instruction and inspiration given by the artist. And so you're
yes,
still always going to have the human creatives that are really pushing
exactly.
the boundaries and are on the bleeding edge because
Yes,
most AI is based on past pattern recognition and prediction. And so if you think about that theoretically, the ingenuity and innovation doesn't really come through AI. It comes through new ideas from the human brain and people wanting to push the world forward. Now, what becomes really interesting is that AI can be that rapid iteration tool so that they no longer have to go talk to a designer and then it takes 6 months to get something out the door. It's like I can go get 75, 80% of the way there on the design that I want with this idea in my head using AI. And so now I can move even faster than I ever could before. So what I think is actually going to happen is you're going to see things move from a creative perspective so much faster. Think about architects. Architects have these crazy ideas and new ways to build buildings. Well, they can't really do that in the real world because it's like, how do you test out this new thing? What if you test it out in the metaverse? What if you test it out using AI generated content and you make sure that the physics work by applying the same laws of physics that are in the real world? So the creative process and the ability to produce things is going to rapidly accelerate as a result of these technologies.
yes,
Now, are there going to be the people that sit there and expect the AI to do their entire job? Yes, I've talked to many of them. Many of them are in our Facebook community. To that, I say that's not the product I'm building. I am building the product that helps you grow your business and pursue your dreams. I'm building the product that doesn't require you to sit there and have to learn all of marketing. We will do the marketing optimization for you through Charlie. But I am not trying to replace humans and I am not trying to do your entire job for you. So you still have to give the AI direction. So if you give it shitty direction, you're going to get shitty output. But I think that the tool, when used properly, is going to create a creative renaissance in the world.
yeah, yeah. That's sounds good. Yeah, so here I have one request. Like I have seen a lot of user generated content. Like some of our GoCharlie members generated high quality images actually. So can you able to showcase us because that is private group. So I'm just requesting. Is it fine?
Sorry, can you repeat the
Like
question? I think you cut out there.
yeah, actually in the GoCharlie group, we have seen users generating high quality images and other parts. Actually, I'm pretty impressed personally. So I
Yeah,
just want to show that into in the live stream.
yeah. So let's get right into this. I'll show you guys kind of the current system for images, and then I will tell you guys something really interesting. So images. So this is the image section. Um, Actually, let's start. Yeah, we'll start here. So I do this a lot for our own content purposes, but we have widescreen, we have vertical capabilities, and then we have HD, 2K, and 4K. So HD is actually above what most image creation models create in their own base form. They do 512 by 512. Our base level is 1024 by 1024. And then 2K and 4K, we were the first to have. We also have the ability to choose art or photo. I like to do art, and we press fetch here, and we're good to go. But what we're doing that's different than these other image generation platforms is we're actually massaging the prompt in the background to make sure that it's an optimal prompt to extract the best quality images from the image models. Why does that matter? We don't see most people learning how to do prompt engineering. We see people coming to an AI model and asking it for an image of exactly what they want. And so why should we make the users learn prompt engineering when we could just say, hey, just tell us what you want a picture of, and we'll do it for you. So here we got a couple puppies, which are really cute. Let's maybe do one more run of it just to see how it goes. We've also improved the speed of this, which is really awesome. Very excited about the speed improvements we've seen. That's testament to our guy that's built the infrastructure for us. The scale is really great. But while we're waiting for these images to come up, all right, see, now we got a couple cute puppies on the keyboard. Now, what's really interesting, though, I think, is when these things start to play together. So if you go to image to text, you can actually put this photo of the puppy in there. And then I can put my brand name, GoCharlie.ai, and then content creation as fun as playing with a puppy. And choose my output language, press fetch. And Charlie will actually consider the image plus the text inputs and create Facebook ad copy based purely off of that. So you get 4 different options, which is really great. But this is the way that we're starting to evolve the platform is you can come with any piece of content, an image, a video, an idea, a long form piece of text, and turn it into anything else on our platform. So we got 4 really great quality images here as well. But let's say that I don't like this image. What I can do is click new image in the card, and it'll actually go and it will create a new image based upon the copy that's in here. So let's maybe do a couple of them at once. But that's really the ingenuity of these cards is that they have a lot of power within them. So you can sit there and click analyze to go to our content scoring feature. You can rewrite in the context of our new rewrite tool. You can get a new image. You can download images. All of that's possible within each one of these cards. So you're starting to see really cool things that can happen just using these pieces, and you're going to see it enhance even more and more. Now, the image creation piece is really cool. But for those of you on the call, you were the first people to hear this publicly. We have a prototype done where you could upload an image, give it a text command for an edit you want to make, and it will make that edit. So that is going to be the first commercialization of that technology outside of Dream Booth. And Dream Booth, I would even argue, doesn't really do it all that well. So prepare yourselves. That's going to be awesome. It's going to be the first product to commercialize it. And it's going to be a testament to our AI people being able to build things that are not possible by people that are not technical. So you were the first ones to know about that. That's a PANI exclusive. But hopefully that gets you guys excited about where we're going with images.
Yeah. So one more thing is actually, I think we have some good content within the group.
Yeah.
Somebody like Julie and Amanda generated some images.
Yeah. Yeah, Julie's been great. She's generated some amazing image content. The coloring book thing was awesome. I sent that to my sister. I didn't even know Charlie could do that. Sent it to my sister, and so she now generates coloring books for my new nephew and her 6-year-old son. And so it's like a cool way for the tool to be used for something we didn't intend it for, but it's actually super great. Because if you think
Yeah,
about it, like the whole point of a tool like this is to save people time so that they can spend time with their family, spend time with their loved ones, spend time with their passion projects, or even pursue their projects as a result of Charlie helping them grow their business. So for me, I thought that was just a really cute way to use the tool in an ingenious fashion.
actually, I have shown these bunnies generated by Julie, I think,
Yeah.
to my son and family. Actually, they are pretty impressed. They thought some artist done that. Uh, the thing here I impressed is like the prompt she has given
Yeah.
actually. So
Yeah.
that's cool. And yes, actually here I think we are done with the demo. So I think we can have some questions. Yes, yes. So can I show this group actually? Just want to show it. Uh, the private group, like GoCharlie group, the media,
Yeah.
which is generated by yes. Oh, okay.
We can jump into some of these questions right after as well.
Yes, yes.
But yeah, so these are some of the images that are created. Some of them are a little more fun than others. So the rabbit's pretty amazing.
Yeah, actually, I'm pretty impressed this particular image.
Yeah,
Like
that
here
was
in India, we
unreal.
have yeah one famous painter called Ravi Verma. So it's like yeah that that amazing.
So
Very much
I
surprised
have
actually.
to ask a question since you're Indian. So I hear that Indian weddings last 3 days. Is that right?
Yeah, some even last 7 days.
Oh my God. Okay. So I've been a groomsman in 35 weddings. If those weddings were 7 days, I would be dead. I don't know how you do a wedding for 7 days. That's incredible to me. Like props to you
Yeah,
guys for being able to keep the party going. 3 days would be enough for me. 7 days is nuts. That's wow.
yeah, but yeah, the fun part is like for some of us it is like ambition. Not to
Yeah.
guys actually. For our parents, it's like ambition, like getting uh, what a bride or bridegroom for their kids is like biggest task also.
Yeah.
Maybe GoCharlie can help with that also in the future, like
Totally.
matching AI matchmaking.
That's a very saturated market. I'm not opposed. I have all sorts of ideas for how we can use AI. Some of our initial customers actually were creating a ton of wedding services content with the platform.
Actually,
It was
yes.
pretty amazing.
I think today only I have seen. Yesterday only I have seen one AI tool which do some. I think I don't know the word also. Like for wedding photographers, uh, they will take a lot of images and they want to check the high quality images only. So that's a lot of manual work. So there is one tool for that.
Yeah,
So yeah. So shall we jump into questions?
let's do it. I saw one
Okay.
person ask, "Where can we get the deal?" So you can just go straight to our website. You buy it
Yeah.
straight through us.
Sure. Yeah,
Uh,
I will share the link also. Yes.
cool.
Yeah,
What
this
about
question.
localization content optimization?
Yes.
For example, if I tried to get relevant religious content, then any possibility that output could be improved. So I think what this question is trying to get at is can the content be localized to a specific geography? So like some religions are more dominant in certain geographies, some terminologies are used more in certain geographies, even dialects of language are different in certain
Exactly.
geographies. And so the answer is it's not there yet. The way that I would get around this with a hack would be put more information in the SEO keywords in the brand description to give that localized context. It's actually one of the reasons that we initially didn't do multiple languages as outputs, because we felt that the existing models didn't do it justice. They translated word for word, but they didn't translate in a localized way. And so the short answer is no, the platform isn't the best at localization just yet, but it's getting better based on the data you guys give it. Over the long term, I think you will see a lot more locally reactive outputs.
Yeah, and this
Yeah,
actually
yeah. I
that's
mean,
praise for you. Yeah,
yeah. I'll take the
maybe
praise.
like
It's yeah, I mean, it's a cool space. People are doing some really interesting things. I think there's kind of a wave of founders that are riding the generative AI wave, but they don't have the technical expertise. So I think we're going to see a second wave of companies that do have the technical expertise. But more importantly, like rising tides lift all boats, right? And so I love some of the founders that I met of these other AI companies. They're really awesome. And that's most of the reason that I try not to trash other products, because I know how freaking hard it is to build a business.
yes,
If someone's
yes,
being
exactly.
misleading, I'm definitely going to trash them. So if I say someone's bad, it's because someone is a bad actor. It's not because I'm trying to talk you down. Does Go does GoCharlie look back to understand context? So yes, it does. We talked about multi-threading a little bit, and so that works a little differently than traditional lookbacks. Write more will evolve more to consider more text before it. But the short answer is yes, it does, and it's going to get better and better at it.
Okay.
How's generation in
Yeah,
Bulgarian
Bulgarian.
language? Let's see. I have. I don't think I've generated anything in Bulgarian, but it looks like that is an option for output languages. Um, yeah, it looks to be pretty good, but I don't know Bulgarian, so I couldn't really assess the quality. So you're gonna have to tell me yourself. One AI writer in the market which looks back up to 1,000 characters produces pretty solid content. What writer is that?
Yeah, we didn't
Would
get the
love to
name.
know, Dinesh. Probably didn't want to advertise it on our call, which I can appreciate that. DM me. I'd love to know. I think one thing I want to clarify is, like, many people are viewing us as an AI writing platform. That's not what we're trying to be. It's not what we're going to be. I know many people are using it for that because the images aren't quite where they need to be. But we're aiming to be an AI content creation platform. If you're putting us in the context of Jasper, you're missing the point. We're really trying to be a Canva. Like, I want to be a Canva that has text enabled services to where you can just iterate and talk to the AI like it's your best friend, and it'll do a lot of the work for you. And then you're making edits. It becomes a collaborative partner across all types of content. Like, I don't remember the last time that I really read a long form piece of content or even an ad that didn't have visual components. So why should your AI tool not have those? And so that's what we're building, is an AI content creation platform. I appreciate that everybody knows AI writers, and so that's how they categorize us. But don't sell us short. We're doing a whole new thing.
Yeah.
Any comparison with Fraser, closer copy, pepper type, why GoCharlie better than others? Don't really want to trash other tools. I think they're all great. Phrasey was one of the first movers, one of the first AppSumo tools. Closer copy is pretty great. They've been around for a little while. Pepper type's great, but they're part of a larger conglomerate that gives them a data advantage. But my understanding is they're not investing in the product capabilities as much. And from a lifetime deal standpoint, they're not really treating people as well. So I guess what I would say is that GoCharlie is going to respect the lifetime deal purchasers. We've already said that you're going to get access to the pro tier when that's available. In the past month, we've launched 4K images. We've launched one-click blog. We've launched Blog Wizard. We've launched Social Media Wizard. We've launched Rewrite, Summarize, Charlie's Playpen, a whole host of other updates. And that's just this month since we launched the lifetime deal. And you guys are getting access to all of those. So what I would say is, if I was going to make a differentiation point, it's we're launching at a velocity that no other company is, and we're going to continue to do so. And that's not even the really cool stuff that we have coming down the pipeline with AI. So if I was going to make a real comparison, it's that they don't have an AI team that's working. So they're just going to build on top of GPT-3. They're maxed out in their product roadmap relative to ours. They can do some ingenious stuff, but they're not going to be able to customize to your brand. They're not going to be able to customize to your goals or your target audience or the emotion you want to evoke. And they're not going to be able to go multimodal. And so that's what I would say is going to be our differentiator. Create outlines based on the search results.
Search results, SCRP. Like we have some tools do that. Like we give some keywords and all. Then yes, we get that top 10 SER results. Then based upon that, the outline is created.
Yeah. So that's an interesting concept, Dinesh. I'll throw it in into consideration for us. How to get
Yeah.
access? Just go to the website. Can we create our own
Yes.
frameworks? So I think this is kind of like templates and recipes for Jasper. Um, we're considering it. Anytime that someone already has something in the market that other people like, I always like to think about how could we do this, but like 10 times better. So we're considering different ways to do it that could benefit the entire platform of users. So it's top of mind for me. If you have any ideas, DM them my way. Can we set pre-write, for example, affiliate link in the AI writer, write article with this link? This is actually a feature that I very much want. So yes, it's on the roadmap.
When repurpose feature will have support to language other than English, like Hindi.
Yeah, so this one's a little bit tricky because of the code that works with the YouTube videos. The answer is yes, but I don't have a timetable on when that will be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have also seen myself like we can generate the content even in Telugu. Like that's my own mother tongue. But
Mhm.
we will not be able to give that input in Telugu. I think we can only give in English, right?
Yeah, yeah. Blog translation or blog output language is coming as our input languages. So you would be able to give instructions in input languages. A bunch of other tools have it, but just so you guys know that they don't actually take your language into it. They translate the language into English, feed it into the model, and then have the output come out, get translated. And so it's kind of like
Yes.
a fake translation service, to be
Yes.
honest.
Yes.
We
Yes.
should.
Actually, yes, I've seen that.
Oh
Sorry.
well, thank you for that comment. I love that you guys are enjoying it. That's my favorite product too. So NLP terms, yeah, it's an interesting topic because on the one hand, if you keyword stuff too much, you get downranked by Google. So we've actually developed our blog writing tool in the context of the new algo, which is helpful, insightful, unique content. So there is a clamoring for more SEO stuff, but to be honest, there's a lot of other writers or research tools you could use for SEO. So we'll probably look to partner there versus just building that functionality ourselves. And I think that's the approach that we'll have.
Yeah.
Look back feature, factual
Future
content generation.
generation. Yes.
Yeah, so factual content generation, that one is actually incredibly difficult. We actually have a prototype working, but it is incredibly difficult. If any of you are familiar with the AI industry, Meta launched a model called Galactica, where they basically had the entire research knowledge base of the world, and they still couldn't get it to be factually correct. So if Meta can't do it with their unlimited resources and we can figure it out, yes, I agree. It could be a huge win for us. Hi there. Produce factual content simultaneously showing the source and help modify to rank in the search. Yeah, completely agree. Negative keywords, yes, that's in the
Okay.
works.
Yeah. Fact
Yep,
checking, as you said
yep.
before. Threading
Multi-threading,
produce.
produce duplicate content means fetch content from the same source. Uh, so just to be clear, we're not taking content from a source. So fetching content from the same source, we're not doing that. We're writing. Everything is new. That being said, multi-threading could theoretically lend to duplicative content in the writing. Yes, and so we're working on that. But that we implemented multi-threading in a way to expedite because I didn't want it to take 3 minutes for a blog. I was like, I want less than a minute, and if we can get it to 15 to 25 seconds and perfectly formatted, I'd rather have that, and then you guys make edits.
Yeah. Same factual content.
Yeah, so yeah, factual.
Yes, sir.
So I think the question's a little bit different, right? Is the Google algo? It's downranking content for AI. I think it's really overblown. I think you guys are really, really overthinking it, to be quite honest. And I think it's like trying to be doomsday. Google has no idea if something is written by AI or not. The only way it knows is if you just ship really crappy content. That's the only way. And Google is developing its own writing tools. They just talked about it publicly. So AI written content is not the problem. It's shitty content is the problem. They're trying to avoid polluting the internet. So if you put a whole bunch of spammy keyword hacky blogs out there, Google's of course going to downrank it because it doesn't make any freaking sense. It's not helpful. It's not helping the customer. It's not anything new.
Useful. Yes.
That's why you should be using our blog tool versus these SEO hacky things. It's like, yeah, it's great if your page upranks, but if it's a whole bunch of dog shit in terms of what's actually coming out, then like, what's the point? I don't want to read that blog. Google doesn't even want to read that blog to search engine optimize. Like, of course not. So
Yeah.
it's not a matter of AI content. It's a matter of crappy content. So write high quality content and you're never going to get downranked. Now, the text builder freaking founder will tell you, if you just replace your commas with semicolons. No, that's not the solve. The solve is better written content, plain and simple. Generated images. So generated images, they're yours to use. But just so everybody on this call is aware, anything that is generated by a non-human thing, so animals, computers, anything like that, is not copyrightable. So you have to have a well-documented process of a human in the loop for you to be able to copyright something. So legal precedent is still being figured out here, but there is no theoretical copyrightable part about an AI-generated image. So just to be clear on that, that's a big legal precedent issue. But you guys can use the images however you want. We resolve ourselves of all liability, so you use the images however you want. What alt type is prohibited in GoCharlie? Really, it's just it's more so hate speech. It's more so racial commentary, any sort of aggressive type content. I don't really like having filters, to be quite honest. I don't believe I believe that there's good in people, and I believe that there are some bad actors, but I think that people should be able to use these tools as they wish. Many of using other people's tools at times requires you to have these content filters. But I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you saw some of the shit that GPT-3 and these other AI models makes without the filters, you will be glad that the filters are on there, because all of the content that would come out would be extremely racist, extremely aggressive, and extremely gaslighting. So the content filters are actually to your benefit for creating quality content right now. Ad creative for ads. So that's kind of what images are doing. When we have the image plus text command to edit, that will also be helpful.
Yeah.
Will we plan to incorporate GPT-4? So I would have to see what the quality is like. I think GPT-4 is still going to be a text-based model. And so while it might be more contextually relevant, it's still not developed in the context of copywriting. We're actually planning to create our own models, and we've already finished one. We just haven't deployed it because of capital reasons. That's specific to marketing. And I would rather have a tool that was developed specifically for marketing than a tool that was developed to just write things and is used for marketing copywriting.
Yeah.
What models do we use? Yeah. So I'm going to have to go here soon, but AI models that we use. So we use GPT-3. We use our own models on top of GPT-3, or as a separate case, content repurposing, all our own models. One-click blog and blog wizard. Those are our models on top of a GPT-3. Image to add, that's all of our own models. Images is our own models. So that's the way that we do stacks. So we build our own stuff when it makes sense.
Yeah. Price. And yes, like competition.
Yeah.
I
don't think Closer Copy is really that much of a leader, to be honest, guys. But Jasper is the leader in the clubhouse. They have the best relationships from an AI standpoint. They have the most funding, of course, and they had a really great go-to-market strategy. But they're all first-wave generative AI companies. They can't build their own AI. So I view them as competition right now for market share. I do not view them as competition in the long run unless they can really figure out a way to build their own technology. Yeah, the answer here is yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Done with questions now. So I think we have covered a lot of questions already.
Yeah.
And yes, so to be specific about the questions relevant to deal, discount, and end date, I think so. It's like, is there any Black Friday discount? I think
So the lifetime deals we feel are already pretty discounted. So there will be no other things other than that. We were going to offer 30% off of the annual plan, but there's already I think the limited lifetime deal is better than that anyway. So
Okay. Yeah, and
yeah,
yeah, I think by November 30, the lifetime deal is also going to end. Are you going to extend any plan?
sorry.
Means a lifetime deal is announced that after November 30, like from December 1st, it is not available, right? Are you
Yes, so it's
extending it?
available till November 30th is the lifetime deals.
Is there any extension
Uh,
lifetime deal?
maybe. I'm kind of holding firm on November 30th because we do need to switch to MRR, but there's a possibility since we're not going to AppSumo. I'll talk to my
Yeah.
team and see what they think.
Okay. Yeah. And another thing I think regarding the monthly plan, as of now, that is $29 per month.
Yeah.
That is also price also going to be increased, right, to $39 per month, as you announced in the group and somewhere. So that is
Yep.
also going to be announced. Is it fixed?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you buy a monthly subscription before November 30th, it'll be $29 a month for as long as you have that subscription. It will go up to $39 a month thereafter,
Okay.
after November 30th.
Yeah. Some regarding sensitive content like medical, clinical drug. I think yes, we can generate any type of content, right?
Probably adult content is a little wishy-washy. Models are still kind of touchy about what's considered
Yeah.
adult content
Yeah.
versus not. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we are done with the questions. I think.
So I'd like to do my giveaways based upon the quality of questions being asked. So Dinesh, you are one of the winners. Please DM me, and we can get that. And then let's see, Pankaj, I think you asked a really great question. I would love for you to be the other winner. So Dinesh and Pankaj, if you could email me at Brennan at GoCharlie or send me a DM, and we'll get you hooked up. But most importantly, thank you guys. You guys have been incredibly awesome. I'm so excited to help build magical product experiences for you guys. I'm always here if you have feedback. So shoot me a message and we'll keep working for you.
Yeah, sure. Thanks a lot. I think you are up for another one, so I think we can continue later. And I will ask the people to contact you, or Dinesh and Pankaj,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And also direct the people to join GoCharlie group if they are not. Uh,
Yep.
yes, I think
Cool.
we are good to go. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you
Yeah.
guys so
Thanks a
much for
lot.
spending some time with me.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Brennan. See you.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye. So see you guys. Thank you so much for your support, and I think hope you enjoyed this. And please share me your feedback if you have any regarding my thing. And if you have anything, any particular question, just you can contact me or Brendan directly regarding this. Thanks a lot. Take care.